Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paula's Soapbox Live. My guest today is a talented singer songwriter and actress. She recently performed in the My Big Gay Italian trilogy off Broadway, and she can now be seen in the Emmy nominated web series Tainted Dreams on Amazon. It's my pleasure to welcome to the show Debra Toscano.
Hi, Paula. Thank you. What a lovely introduction. Thank you. I'm going to take it everywhere I go.
Oh, cool.
Love it. That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you on.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled when you reached out to me. I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. And I'm just so thrilled to be here. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. Okay, so as I mentioned, you were in this trilogy. I think it's the first off-Broadway show to be a trilogy.
Yes, it's the first off-Broadway and or Broadway show that a writer has had the trilogy, and that was running not simultaneously, but in succession. So it's been quite a ride with the big gay family, if you will, we call it. So
right.
yeah, it's been great.
Well, I noticed in my research that there's a lot of overlap between that trilogy and Tainted Dreams, between the cast and the crew.
Yes, so, the families have been married, so to speak.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, how did you become involved in Tainted Dreams?
Well, I had auditioned for My Big Gay Italian funeral, and then I got cast in that. And Sonia Blangiardo, who's the creator and mastermind behind Tainted Dreams, was the director of that show. And Anthony Wilkinson, who we've mentioned before, he is the writer of the trilogy, but he also was Anthony in Tainted Dreams for the Emmy nom for Best Supporting Actor. He's the creator of the Big Gay trilogy, and I met them all at that audition when I auditioned for Aunt Tony Ann, and that's how it all started. And we were up and running for quite some time, and then I had known that Sonia was getting involved in writing Tainted Dreams and getting ready to do a soap opera, and we all got really excited for her. We were like, oh my God, this is so great for her. Like, nobody ever thought that she would ask any of us to be in the soap opera, because it just was two separate worlds. We were theater and she's soaps, even though she was directing us, and we all had a great relationship with her because she's a love and a half, and she's so super talented. Yeah. So when she asked me to play Melissa Rhodes, I almost like dropped my teeth. I was so excited, and I cried, and I was just as excited when she gave me that part as I was when I got hired to play Aunt Tony Ann in the trilogy. Yeah. And it's funny because she had said to me, Lisa Lampanelli was originally offered the role of Melissa Rhodes, the role that you took. So I was like, Lisa Lampanelli, she's a big comic. She's a kind of a raunchy kind of comic, but she's hilarious, and a big fan of hers. And so I kind of felt like, whoa, that's kind of neat, I got the role, and I was very excited about that. So that's how that all came together. And then so many of us from the Big Gay family are in Tainted Dreams. So we're the crew, the production crew of Painted Dreams, which which Tainted is a
soap within a soap. Yeah,
soap within a soap. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's I started noticing that when I did the research, that I was like, okay, they were in this and okay, and I'm glad that you explained that.
The whole production,
I love your character that you play.
The whole production crew that you see in Tainted Dreams, and when on air and all that kind of stuff, when we're all in the control room, everyone except the late Larkin Malloy obviously is in or have been in one of the Big Gay Italian shows.
Yeah.
So, and also Alicia, she actually was though in My Big Gay Italian Wedding she actually played Aunt Tony Ann.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that I had read that she played your character. So yeah, it's very interwoven.
Yeah, totally. We're big family, big fam. So yeah, it's all good.
Well, and I love the character that you play on Tainted Dreams. So could you just tell people a little bit about your character?
Yeah. Am I allowed to curse at all? A little?
Little.
Okay. She's a B and an H at the end of it, if you know what I mean. Fill in the
right. Yeah.
She's not exactly warm and fuzzy. She's staunch, she's mean, she's not vindictive, but she's just she's a strong character who's just got a lot going on, and just her attitude. She's got a bad attitude, and she hates everybody. Yeah. Everybody kind of likes her, but she hates everybody. Yeah. And so not who I really am. Although she's just a phone call away. I always say it's not hard to get into that. You know, to get
from point A to point B.
Yeah, yeah. So she's just she's a tough chick. She's a tough chick in the world of all men, you know, dealing in the production world and just trying to hold her own, and just kind of says it the way it is. She just bottom lines it, and she's no filter, just says anything that she wants to say. So Sonia wrote me bad. Let's just say that. She wrote Melissa bad.
Well, yeah, your character is very no nonsense, and it has to be so much fun to play.
Oh, she's great. It's hilarious because, like I said, it's very opposite of who I am. So to play that is really fun, because then when when you run cut, then you're just like, oh, back to me again.
Yeah.
Fun character though.
Well, you come from a musical family.
Yes.
So was it always just sort of a given that you would pursue a career in entertainment?
It was. I know that for a fact, on my father's view, if you will. I mean, when I was little, when I was 5, he put a little red accordion on me and said, "Would you like to learn how to play the accordion?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." What do you say at 5 years old to your father? Of course you say yes, you know.
Right, yeah.
And then as the years progressed, I played piano. And then when I was about 12, I started to sing. And singing and acting just kind of flew, kind of married itself together with me. And I definitely followed in my dad's footsteps with that, for sure. Yeah. And once I learned music and learned that I could sing and I could dance and do all that, I didn't want to do anything else. That was it for me. I should have gone to school to be a doctor. I probably would be rich right now, a plastic surgeon probably, to fix things, and I'd be totally rich right now. But I chose the actor, actress, singer route, and I'm very happy that I did, because it's a very fulfilling life, if you will, to have a career where you can be different people and play different characters and then sing and perform. And it definitely feeds my soul, for sure. Yeah.
So are you still teaching at your dad's music school?
I haven't taught in a while because I've been busy we got busy with Tainted, and we got busy with the shows, and I toured for a while with a show, and then I was on a game show, and there was just so much that went on that I didn't really have. I shouldn't say that I didn't have time to fit it into my schedule. I just was pursuing so many other performance activities, if you will, that I just it kind of went by the wayside. I mean, if someone called me and said, "Hey, I need vocal lessons," I'm all about it. I would say, "Let's go, let's train. Let me show you some cool techniques and things that I have vocal wise and even acting wise." But I haven't taught in a while. So, it's fun. It's fun to teach, but performing for me is where it's at, really. So
yeah. Well, you mentioned the game show, so I want to talk about that. You were on Don't Forget the Lyrics, and yes. I think I actually...
Good, Paula. Let me tell you, you're real good. You did good, girl. You know more about me than I know about me.
Well, I went back and watched your episode for Don't Forget the Lyrics, and I actually think that I remember watching you when it first aired.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
This seems very familiar. I loved that show. It was such a great show.
Great show.
But you've said that it changed your life. So how did you feel like that changed your life?
I was in a very, very poor financial state, quite honestly. And I'm like an open book. So I just speak very openly. And winning that amount of money, when I got up to a certain level, I said, "Whoa, we're making some strides here. We're working and making some money here, and it changed my life in a lot of ways, because it allowed me to really pursue my dream and what I love to do, which is acting and singing, and not have to really worry about having a 9-to-5 job where I was stuck in that rut of I can't get out and audition. I can't do the things that I need to do. It also got me out of debt. And it really helped move me along in many, many ways. I mean, and being on that show was just a hoot and a half. I mean, Wayne Brady and all of my producers and all my segment producers. I mean, I still talk to them to this day. I don't talk to Wayne, obviously. 'Cause we're not on I think we're on that first name basis. I don't think he does. But he was like fabulous to work with and funny and just very accommodating. And we had a lot of fun. There was a lot of stuff that went on the cutting room floor, if you will.
Yeah.
But there was so much that was left in there that was just hilarious, and just I had a ball. They treated us royally when we went out to LA to be on the show. It was fantastic. Just a fantastic experience to meet everybody and to meet the writers and the creator, Jeff Aploff. I mean, he was amazing, and his production crew. Just fabulous experience.
Well, you won $200,000.
Yes, I did.
That is life-changing money.
Very life-changing. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I was crying. I was signing all my contracts, but I couldn't tell anybody how much I won because so it was stipulated in my contract that if I spilled the beans, so to speak, before the show aired, they didn't have to pay me my money, or if the show went off the air, they were not obligated to pay my money. So I had to keep it quiet, although funny enough, somehow, some way, all of my friends and family kind of sort of knew that I did well, if you will. I had a good friend of mine in the audience, and she was actually texting my sister at the time saying, Debbie won this and Debbie won that.
Oh no.
So my mother had a big party on the night that it aired. It aired Halloween 2008. And
oh wow!
She had the whole family over. So there we are watching the episode, and I lived it. I was the contestant, and I was sitting there biting my nails, like thinking, like, am I going to make it to the next round? And I was like, I've done this. So it was quite something. I need another game show now, Paula. That's what I need.
Another game show. Yeah. Well, too bad that show is not still on the air. So
it was such a fun show, and all the contestants were really fun and cool. And I got to bring two of my best friends with me out there for my backup singers, or backup, however you want to call them. So we had a blast, a lot of fun. LA is like, all right in my book,
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. Obviously, you were having a lot of fun.
Yes,
I know.
I still own that outfit, by the way. I will not throw that outfit away. Yes, that I have a copy of the check that they sent me. That's like my good luck charm, and I'm going to frame that someday and putting it up in my house.
That's so cool. Well, I know that like on the second song, you did have to use one of your lifelines or whatever.
Yep. It's so funny because a couple of them I had to there was a Christina Aguilera song that I wasn't sure I had to use that. There was a Billy Joel song, which prepping for the show, I studied. I know music, but I studied a ton of music and different lyrics and different things that I did not know. And I studied a ton of Billy Joel things because I figured I'm from Long Island, he's from Long Island. They're probably going to throw that at me, Billy Joel, somewhere in the mix. And sure enough, they do. And of course, the song that they gave me is the only song that I didn't study.
Oh.
And I kick myself to this day, and I say, ooh, and I always sang those wrong lyrics growing up. And I knew in my head that they were wrong, but I just
they were still in your head.
They were still in my head. And when I sang them, and as it came out, I was like, I know this is wrong. This is so wrong. And it just, and then the Christina Aguilera tune, What a Girl Wants. I had to use, I think I used, they took away two of the, something like that. They took away two of the options for me, but I ended up, and I went to the level that I got to, but it was like, on thin ice at that point, because I was like on my last, last lifeline.
Right. So did you think when you had to use a backup already on like your second song, like it's over, I'm not going to win anything?
I was like, wah, 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 I'm done. I'm clicking out of here at like 25 G's if I'm lucky,
Right.
Or even if I get that far. And then when I got it, I was like, okay. And then the funny thing is that one of my toughest songs, or I shouldn't say toughest songs, one of my biggest amounts to win, which was $100,000, was the Devo song "Whip It."
Oh yeah, and they brought up backup dancers.
Yeah, my backup dancers, which is hilarious. Which I was like, what are they doing? This is hilarious. But for that amount of money, I had to know "Whip It good."
Right. Yeah.
I was like, Come on.
It's so random the way that they seem to choose those songs
Very
and
random.
what they cut out of it. I noticed that you had some like with it, you had some pretty easy ones, and then some of them they cut out lyrics that are not so well known. So
Yes.
yeah, it's very random.
Yeah.
But you did well, and at 200,000, you made a smart decision to walk away with that money because.
Well, I'll tell you, it's funny because the producers were like in the booth and they were like biting their nails, saying like, "Oh my God, is she gonna like, guess wrong?" And I was just like, you know what? I think I remember saying I had a great run, and this is a lot of money to win, and I'm gonna walk away at this amount. And I didn't even try to guess because my backup girl, she didn't know it either, and it was. I said, I'm walking away with a nice little chunk, so let me just say I've had it. I'm good to go and call it a day, and God bless, and I'll see you all later on.
Well, you made a smart decision, so.
So thank you. Yeah, for sure.
So what was the audition process like for getting on that show?
I tell you, it was hilarious because it was a Sunday morning in December, and it was rainy, cold, nasty out, and I said, you know what? I don't really feel like going. And it was an open call. I saw it on one of my casting websites that I always look at. And I said, I don't feel like going. And then something inside me was like, just go, just go, just go. And I said, oh, God, all right, and now I'm talking to myself, obviously.
Right, yeah.
No, I'll go. So I go in, and it was like a small amount of people, not a lot of people. And my number was kind of low to get in. My number was actually very funny, number 69 to go in.
Yeah.
And, of all numbers, I'm like, this is all wrong. It's rainy. It's weird. It's outside. My number's weird. I feel weird.
Yeah.
So I go in, and the first round of auditions was just to sing a cappella for one of the assistant producers. And I sang, they're like, great, Debra, if we want you, we'll call you. And I was like, okay, bye. So I went to dinner that night with my folks out on Long Island. We went to a diner, sitting in the diner, and my phone rings. And it was the producers. They're like, hey, we really loved you today. We want you to come back tomorrow for a callback. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I said, yes. So I went in the next day. It was the same thing. It was sing and we'll call you. And they called me for a third callback finally.
Yeah.
Like a couple of days after. I was like, of course, watching my phone all the time to see if I got it. So I went in for the third and final callback. And when I went in for that, the creator was there, Jeff Aploff. And they said, you're going to be singing in front of Jeff, and then you're going to play the game. And I'm like, oh, of course, no problem. I didn't know how to play the game. I thought it was a singing competition, quite honestly. And I said, if it's a singing competition, I can definitely hold my own water because I'm a singer.
Right.
So I go in and I sing, and he's like, great, now we're going to play the game. I'm like, you got it. Yeah. And I'm like, holy cannoli. Like, I don't even know how to play this game. So he gives me some song. I think it was John Mellencamp, Jack and Diane. And so I'm singing along, and the lyrics cut out, and I finished it because I knew the song. And he said, okay, now what do you say? And I'm like, right on? I don't know. He's like, don't forget, I'll lock in those lyrics. So I said, yes, that's right. I said, oh, I'm going to lock in those lyrics. I had no idea. Anyway, it was a great audition. It was fun. And I walked out and I was like, they're never going to call me because I didn't know about the game. And I was leaving, and I was at the elevator, and Jeff came out of the men's room, right? We had now parted ways. He came out and he said to me, I like your personality. You have a dynamic personality. You're awesome. I said, thank you, Mr. Apple. Have a nice day. He's like, you have a great day, Debra. Good luck. And then I left, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool because he's the creator.
Right.
So they said if they wanted me, that they would call me like, in a couple of months and blah, 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 blah. Well, it was about a week and a half later. I was walking home from the gym, and my cell phone rang, and it was them from LA saying that we want you on the show. And within a few weeks, January, I forget when it was, mid-January, we were on a plane, and we were out there, and we were filming. And that's how it all happened.
It was
on the day of when I was like, I don't want to do this. It's rainy. I want to stay home. I want to stay in my pajamas. It's a Sunday morning. Leave me alone. So life changed.
Well, thank goodness you didn't do that.
Yes, that's for sure. That is for sure. Funny stuff, though. Funny story,
Yeah.
So.
Well, this is kind of random, but I noticed this and I was curious about it. You were on an episode of Animal Planet's Monsters Inside Me, so you have to tell me that story. You have to tell me what you played.
I played a doctor. Did I play a doctor, did I play a mother or a doctor. I forget. You're better than me. Monsters Inside Us is a show. It's like a reenactment show where people get like these crazy, funky diseases that are considered monsters. That like whether it be a tapeworm or some kind of a growing infection inside. And all I can remember from that shoot, because it was a while ago, was that there was a screaming child on set. And she played I think she played my daughter. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And the mother said to me, you could pick her up and hold her. And I said, no way. I said, no way am I picking up your child. Because the kid was like, screaming. And she just didn't want to be on set. She was a baby.
Not happy.
Yeah, she was very not unhappy. And we filmed in a wing of a hospital, and it was cold, and it was kind of dreary. And the child, she was adorably cute. She had this curly, I think, blonde hair. But she just was very unruly because of all of the above. She was tired. She was cold. She was cranky. And when the mother said, you can handle my child, I said, no way. I said, I'm not picking up your baby. I'm not responsible if she flips out of, what if she flips out of my hands and falls on the floor? I'm not doing that. So obviously there was a monster inside of her because she was just like, she's very, very cranky, very cranky. So
do you remember what your like disease or whatever was supposed to be?
I don't remember. I think it was her. She had something.
Okay.
Yeah, and they had to quarantine the baby and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember they had her.
She was just getting into character.
Well, and here's the thing, the poor little thing was probably like frightened to death because they put her like in this crib and they had her quarantined like an actual quarantine. And so she was probably like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Probably, who the hell knows, and so she was yelling and screaming and get me out of here and I want to go home and I'm blah, blah, blah. And so it was very, very hard to film that segment, but we got through it,
Yeah.
So.
I would have probably flipped out too, even as an adult.
Yeah, I was like, and I don't have any children. Yeah, I have no kids, so I was like, I'm not handling a crazy baby. Not doing it.
Right. Well, I read that you have sung the national anthem for all the major New York and New Jersey sports teams. Is that true?
Yes,
most of them.
Yep. I've done the Jets, the Giants, the Devils, the Knicks, the Liberty. Did I leave anybody out? Mets? Did I say Mets? Yeah, Mets. Yeah. Mets, Jets, Giants, the New York Liberty, the Knicks. I actually sang at Patrick Ewing's last game, which was kind of cool at the Garden.
Oh, that's very cool, yeah.
Yeah, it was really, he was, I think, in Orlando Magic at the time, and that was his last game of his career. But yes, and what an honor to sing the national anthem. I have to tell you, it's probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life, and very, very rewarding. Really, really rewarding. And it just was, what an honor. That's all I can say. And if any of the teams are watching, I'm available. Still available. And the hockey teams the Devils are crazy. That's a fun team. I've sung them the most. I subbed in for a friend of mine who sings for them on a regular basis, but I've sung for them probably about 10 or 15 times.
Yeah.
The Mets I did twice. The Giants I think I did twice. And this is, I'm dating myself. It was back probably about only a few years ago, I'll say. I did the Mets. I did twice. I did Mother's Day for them one time, and I did another one for them. And that was fun. And then the Yankees, they sent me a rejection letter. So I have that in my. Yes, they were nice enough to send me a rejection letter, but they only use stars to sing the national anthem, or people that are very, very popular. So. Yeah.
Well, one day they'll be begging to have you come.
I hope so. Your lips to God's ears, girl. I'm telling you.
Well, I don't know. I might be busy that day. So
call my agent. Have yours call mine. We'll do lunch.
Right. Yeah. Tell me about Conversation Corner. Are you still doing that?
I am still doing that. It's so funny. It's a talk show that Rahman Studios. It's a studio that I work with, a production studio that turns out a bunch of different movies each year. We're just getting ready actually to launch our newest movie called Unbound, which I'm lucky enough to be the lead woman in, which I'm like, yay! That premieres on May 18th. And out of that, Steve Rahman, who's the owner and creator of Rahman Studios, said, I have this talk show and it's called Conversation Corner, and I would love for you to be the host. And I want you to first, interview all the actors that are within the studio, and we streamed it on our website, and we streamed it on our Facebook page, and then we had gone out to Madhouse TV for a while to stream it live there, and it was really, really cool. And it's a talk show like how you and I are doing, and we kind of just like dish the dirt with the because it's on Facebook and all of that. There's guidelines that we have to follow, obviously, but really, I can ask them pretty much anything that I want, and I send them like a list of questions and different things that I'm going to ask them, and it's fun because, and as you know, being a host is really cool, and it's a lot of fun, and I love that aspect, like turning the tables, being the host and asking the questions and all of that. That for me is a lot of fun, and it's because you can be bold and you can be brassy, and I get to ask things and I love to see their reaction when I'm asking them things that I didn't tell them that I was going to ask them. So kind of fun, and you kind of step over. You don't really. I don't want to say you step over the line, but like, as you know, I mean, you keep everything within reason because you never want to put anyone on the spot. It's so fun when things are just kind of spur of the moment and you ask them and different questions. And I have people email me on the Facebook page what questions to ask my stars of the week, that type of thing. So a lot of the questions come from the viewers that'll watch and everything. So that's kind of fun. We're on hiatus right now because we're launching Unbound. So I'm getting ready, I should say, to interview all the cast and crew of Unbound in the next couple of weeks. So we're trying. Oh,
okay, cool. Yeah. So there's something about when you're interviewing someone and you can see their reaction. That's what I like about this format as opposed to like maybe a podcast or something.
Right.
It's good. You can kind of feed off each other's energy better.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of fun and that spontaneity, and it gets kooky and crazy and fun. It really does. You can do pretty much, what you'd like, and like I said, keeping it in the confines of being, cool and respectful of someone's privacy. Like I'll always ask my guests, is there anything that's off limits? If there's something that's completely off limits, just tell me, and I really won't go there. If you're telling me, no, I'm an open book, then it's, 18-wheeler all the way down the road,
Right. Yeah, you have to be respectful because you want them to trust you.
Yes.
While you're asking them questions, and there's a potential that you would want to interview them again,
right,
or interview someone else, and people are less likely to come on your show if you're not respectful because they're going to think, okay, well, so you kind of have to be in tune with that kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. And just and again, like you said, like respectful of their privacy, and again, if they say no, everything is, nothing is off limits, you can ask me whatever, then it's good to go. And even then I curtail things, and I don't get too off the mark with them, if you will. So
yeah. It's
I've had some great guests on my show. I've had some really, really great guests on the show, which is a lot of fun. And
you get to meet a lot of interesting people that way.
Yeah. In fact, I brought on one of the characters from this guy, Danny Bernardi, an actor, New York actor, great friend of mine. He played Andrew in Big Gay Italian Wedding, and I brought him on. I interviewed him. He was fantastic. I was trying to get the whole crew of my Big Gay Italian Wedding, funeral, and crisis on, but being that Unbound is coming out, we're trying to schedule that first, and then hopefully I'll get the crew and the cast of the Big Gay family on the show as well. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So. Well, you made a CD or an album.
Yes.
Back in 2011, My Angel.
Yes.
So, do you have plans to make another one anytime soon?
I'm in the midst of writing right now. I don't have, I'm not in the studio recording, which I would love to be. So I'm kind of just, and it's a slow process for me this go around. My Angel is a compilation of many, many years of original music that I wrote along with my sister, and then songs that I wrote on my own. And, back in the day, I wanted to be a famous singer and I wanted to have a record deal. And then, when iTunes came out and all the ways to get it out there yourself, I said, I don't need a record label to put out a CD.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to wait around for somebody to pick me up. So I decided I got it done. I mastered it. I produced it and all myself and put it up on iTunes, and the rest is history. And I said, another album should be coming soon. I'd love to do another original album, but writing is not it doesn't come that easy to me. And like 4 or 5 of the songs on My Angel, like the song My Angel, came to me like that. And I say that very, very, very humbly, if that's a word, humbly. It's like when lightning strikes, it's like you just go, and you write and you write and you write. And then when it's like dead, it's like I can't get the ink out of my pen. That type of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that lightning strikes, and because of some certain life and relationship things that have just recently happened to me, I'm feeling the flow. So some good tunes are going to come out of, some emotional nonsense that just happened relationship wise. So could be an interesting second album, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you have a beautiful voice. For those who have not heard the CD, I listened to the samples of it on iTunes.
Thank you.
So you can't, don't forget the lyrics does not do you justice, because you have a beautiful voice. So hopefully everyone will check out this album and your next one when it comes out. So
yeah.
Well, you wrote a screenplay called Bohemia.
Yes.
So what's going on with that?
It's on, again, that's on hiatus as well. We're looking for funding, and we're location scouting as we speak. It was supposed to be done early 2016, and then a lot of different things happened. We lost our lead actor, left the project, and then all the locations everything went by the wayside. And so trying to get back in the swing, and I want to make the movie in the right way. It was my first crack at writing a screenplay. It was my own original idea, and it's a very funny romantic love story. It's a chick flick, which I'm a huge fan of, and it just perfect example that really flowed for me. Like writing the dialogue of that really flowed, and all the characters kind of fell into place, and it just was. It's like a little bit of my brainchild, that it's characters of things that I've played in, real life, and this and that, just a little bits and pieces of that, and bits and pieces of family members and different things to make up the story. And but I want to make it in the right way. I don't want to, do a low budget film. I don't want to do. I want to make it. If it's gonna be out there, it's got and have my name on it. I want it to be perfect. So I prefer to wait a little bit, and like I said, raise the money for it, and get the right locations and the right lead men and actors and all that to be in it. And we had auditions a while ago, found a lot of great people, and everybody keeps writing me, when are we doing? I said, guys, sit tight. This is on the back burner right now, but Bohemia will be made. Listen to me now, folks, because Bohemia will definitely be made. Absolutely.
I'm glad that you're still moving forward with it and you're still pursuing it, because it did sound like a good idea. So I totally agree. I think that sometimes you have to wait for things to be of a better quality, as opposed to just rushing a product out there, and you're not going to get a payoff that way.
Yeah, and I see so many people who, don't have funding to do projects, and the projects are really, really great ideas, and if they just had money behind it, the project could be that much better. So I would, it's not a cop-out, it's not a back off on it, it's just, I don't want to make it in a halfway manner. I want to go all out. I want actors to be paid. All of us as actors have done our share of work for free. And I don't want anyone on my set to work for free. I want everybody to get paid. I want everybody to get paid a decent salary. I want it to be the right thing for everybody involved. That's what I would want from me.
Right. Yeah.
So, I'm excited to get that project up and moving. So we're little by little, it's coming together and coming together and coming together. So still on the horizon here. So
well, you definitely keep me updated on that.
Absolutely. For sure.
Well, that's pretty much all of my questions, but you did mention that you had a movie premiere on May 18th for Unbound. So I wanted to mention where people can check that out. It's going to be at the Anthology Film Archives in New York, between 32 and 2nd Avenue. And people can get tickets at eventbrite.com.
That's correct.
They are $15, but I think it's like 16 something total because there's like a handling fee or something.
Yeah, a little fee. So
Yeah. So yeah, so they could just type in Unbound at eventbrite.com and get tickets to see the premiere, the limited premiere of the movie.
Yeah.
And we should also mention, because I forgot to mention this during my interview with Natalia, that Tainted Dreams, obviously you can watch on Amazon, but you don't have to have an Amazon Prime membership
That's
to
correct.
watch for free.
Yeah.
So you can watch the whole season
Free,
for free.
free. Absolutely.
Free, yeah. Just go to Amazon.com and type in Tainted Dreams and it should come up.
Yeah, and kudos to Natalia for her Emmy nom. That's fantastic. I mean,
yeah,
everyone.
The Tainted Dreams got quite a few nominations.
Yes,
so
very proud of that. That's huge. That is, and to be a part of a TV show that had that many nominations. Wow, that's just unbelievable.
Well, and it kind of helps spread the word about the series.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's great publicity for the series. So that's, and I'm looking forward to a second season. I really, really hope
absolutely
that a second season is coming soon.
Especially
since the first one ended on such a cliffhanger. So
yes, yeah.
So, I want to see what happens.
Yep, absolutely. I can't say, but
Yeah. Oh, come on. You can just tell me a little bit. Seriously.
No spoiler alert. I can't do spoiler. I'll get fired. I'll probably get killed off as my character.
So, and you're singing this Friday night. Did you want to plug that? Where you're
singing? I sing actually every Friday night at a really great little Italian restaurant in Queens Village, Middle Village actually. It's called Villa Erasmo. And it's on South Juniper Boulevard, and I sing there every Friday night from 6:30 to 10:30. Italian food is fantastic. The crew there is amazing. They're really, really great. It's a really, really cool restaurant, and it's a lot of fun because I get to sing all the different songs that I love to sing, and it's just me, and I have my PA system, and I sing to tracks, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a great gig. So if anybody wants to come down, come on down. So I always post it on my Facebook. I put it on my Instagram. I try to put it on my Twitter. So yeah.
Very cool.
So,
okay. Well, do you have anything that you would like to add before we go?
I would just like to say kudos to you. You did like I said, you knew more about me than I think I knew about myself. You're awesome, Paula. Thank you from my heart for having me on. This was just such a thrill for me to do this with you today. And I really, really appreciate it so much. And you're a doll and a half. And thank you for having me, really.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming. And hopefully, when you have your next album come out, or actually whatever you have coming out, just, give me a buzz. We'll have you back on if you, would like to do that. So
I would love it. I would love it. So
okay, cool. We'll keep in touch. So
you got it. Thanks.
Okay, Debra Toscano. All right, Tainted Dreams. Don't forget to watch on Amazon. So, bye.
Bye.